You've been told that. You've been told that, right? So do you guys think as special people, we should hold ourselves to a certain standard? Meaning people should look at us and be like, damn, it's something about them.
Right.
What do you think? You say not really? Okay, but now let me ask you this. What if we're not holding ourselves to a certain standard? Then they're going to look at us like that, like, they don't really matter. We got to get it together. Watch this. And there's it's specific. What day is the seventh day? You know? Because you said Sunday was the day for the Sabbath day. You said what day? You say Sunday is? You guys got calendars? Pull out your calendar on your phone. It's been in front of you the whole time. What's the first day of the week? You say first.
Wait, Sunday.
Sunday is the first day of the week. So the seventh day is what? And guess what? You were quick to say Sunday because you were lied to. They don't do this in the church. These are the lies. This is a sin that we commit, that we must come out of. Read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Now, on the Sabbath, watch what we got to do. Watch what you can do.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
If you have a job, you got to work and pray to not work on that day, to take the Sabbath off. Read.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant.
And guess what? If you got businesses, anything like that, give me no buying, Nehemiah. As well, they shouldn't be working on the Sabbath day. Businesses should be closed down. The food, the cooking we're doing, we shouldn't be doing that on the Sabbath day. Did you just find that right there? I'm going to show you what we shouldn't do on the Sabbath day. Watch this.
It's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31.
So we're going over laws related to what? To the Sabbath day, right? This is a commandment that we could keep. Watch this.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
So now it says that the people of the land, when I see Sinclair, the liquor store behind me, the Arco, it says that the people bring any victuals, anything like you got in your hand. My sister got's right here, right?
On the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
So what shouldn't we do on the Sabbath day? We shouldn't be buying or selling on the Sabbath day. Is that hard to do? That's not hard to do. That's an easy commandment. But guess what? Us breaking that commandment put us in the condition we're in.
Right.
You see that? One more commandment that you can keep on the Sabbath day. Hebrews. Watch this. On the Sabbath day, we always come together, just like the men you see. This didn't just happen. We didn't just pop up at this time, be like, hey, how you guys? Oh, I didn't know you were just coming. No, it was a commandment for us to come together. And also a commandment for us to come and teach our brothers, our sisters, the commandments of God, so that you guys can stand on this side and teach your people. Watch this.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
It says to not forsake the assembling of ourselves together. What does that mean? For us not to forsake the assembling. What does that mean? We got to gather. We got to come together. That's the only way we're going to overdo what's been placed on us. It says that we got to come together. Read.
As the manner of some is, but exhorting one another.
And that's what we're doing. We're exhorting you guys. Read.
And so much the more.
And so much the more.
As ye see the day approaching.
Because when we look and we see the signs from the Bible, we understand we got a short amount of time till Christ comes back. So you got a flyer? What you going to do with that flyer? You're going to read it and do what? No, you need to call and come together with your brothers. That's what you got to do. We got the number on the back of the flyer. Call and come and join with your brother. My sister right here. It says, as we see the day approaching, right here, watch.
For if we sin willfully.
Now, let's say we don't want to keep the Sabbath day. We don't want to keep the commandments. Let's say that we don't want to come together, right? That's it. That would be sinning willfully, right? Because you guys now learned the commandment, right, my sister? My brother right here. What are we going over? What day? What's it called? Let's see if you're tracking. We're going over the what? The Sabbath day, right? Watch this.
For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
And guess what? There's no more sacrifice. I'm going to show you guys Deuteronomy 7:6. Both you guys. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. How old are you, sis? You're 29? How old are you? You're 30? All right. Hey, watch this. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. My brother right here, my sister right here. You guys know you guys are special people?
Wake them up.
Did you guys ever been told that? You've been told that. You've been told that, right? So do you guys think as special people, we should hold ourselves to a certain standard? Meaning people should look at us and be like, damn, it's something about them.
Right.
What do you think? You say, not really? Okay, but now let me ask you this. What if we're not holding ourselves to a certain standard? Then they're going to look at us like that, like, they don't really matter. We got to get it together. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Guess what? You guys are holy to men. It's not about men. It's not about the other nations. It says that to God, we are holy people. My sister, you're holy to God. You're holy to God. Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Read.
Above all people.
Guess what? We got to hold ourselves to a standard above all the other people. From the way we dress, to the words we speak, to the way we carry ourselves, to the way, my sister right here, you married? The way we walk out the house, even as women, the way a woman walks out the house, you got to carry yourself to a different standard. My brother right here, you have to carry yourselves to a different standard. Watch this, read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
1 Corinthians 3. The reason we got to hold ourselves to another standard is because God's dealing with only us. God's only dealing with us. My sister right here, I'm going to ask you a question. You got kids? You got kids? Daughter? Son? You got a son. Okay, now let me ask you this. If you had a daughter, would you allow your daughter just to walk out the house with anything on? Or would you look at her first? Why would you look at her first? Why can't she just walk out the house? I don't know. Why would you want to examine her as a mother? Think about it. You're dealing with a daughter. Who is she going to come in contact with? Who do women come in contact with? They come in contact with men. Even little girls. You don't think there's men out there trying to stalk and look at them? Look at them a certain way? That's called grooming. Yes, there's men doing that. So you're going to examine your daughter to make sure that she's walking out the house decently in order, right? You know what that's called? That's called modesty. Let's see. Do you think women should be dressing modest today? You know what modest is? So modest goes into a woman dressing not to attract sexual attention. Like, for instance, I'm going to keep it with you, sis. You got on just a shirt, right? Guess what? You're exposing everything about you. Did you know that? Have you ever thought about that? As a man, when men look at that, men think that's easy access. Now, if you had on a dress and were covered up, could men look at you like that? They can't, because they can't see everything. But watch this, and I'm going to come to you. Watch. 1 Corinthians 3.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Guess what? Our people don't know. Our people don't consider that we're a temple for God. Now, when we think about a temple for God, is it going to be some busted building? Is it going to be a broken down building like this, a plot of land, or what it's going to be like? It's going to be decorated up, covered up. Nobody can just access it. That makes sense? You are a temple. You are a temple for God. Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Guess what? The Spirit of God must dwell in us. You know what that Spirit is? That spirit is the lost step because you're not dressing like everybody else. My brother, you're not doing what other people want you to do. Using drugs. We shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be putting that in our system. Because what is it going to do? Have us out here on the corner looking crazy. Somebody coming to rob us. That's what it's going to do. But read.
If any man defile the temple of God.
Now guess what? If we choose not to hold ourselves to a standard when it comes to God, if we choose to put drugs in our bodies, if we choose to misrepresent God who called us, read,
him shall God destroy.
Guess what? God's going to destroy us. And he can do it anyway. He can do it by drugs. You awake? You see that? What's going on with you? You hear? What are we going over? See that? Watch this, sis. Give me 1 Timothy 2.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Read it out.
In like manner also, that the women...
That the what?
The women...
We're dealing with the women right now, right? That they what?
adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So, sis, do you think modest apparel will be you coming out in just a shirt? Do you think that's okay for a woman to do? Why not? Because God commands you not to. God commands a woman not to come out in just a plain shirt, but to wear modest apparel. Our women wore dresses. Our women covered up. Our women wore head wraps. Royal women. But due to us being enslaved, now they say that's okay to do. But you never been told you were special according to God. Read.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
And guess what? Our women should be shamefaced. We don't have a lot of good examples of women being shamefaced today. But nowadays, women are what? All up in the man's face? Telling the man what to do? Barking back at him? Yelling at him? Always trying to get with that man what he got going on in other people's business? That's the women today. But what did it say?
With shamefacedness.
Women must be shamefaced
and sobriety.
And sober. We don't have women who are holding those standards today. And it's not a hard thing to do, is it not? To cover up. Because if you don't cover up, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to keep happening? Violence is going to keep being committed amongst women. Right. Men are going to keep lusting after women. Right. Do you know by you dressing like that, sis, you can put other men in sin? You could put stumbling blocks before men. Did you never think about that? Everything we do, we got to think about this. The sins that we commit, it don't just affect us. It affects everybody. Right. It affects all our people. By us sinning, guess what? We're holding back all our people from coming in. Because if they seen you dressed in a certain way, sis, other sisters are going to look at you and ask, hey, where'd you get that from? I like the way you rock that. Remember, we're a special people. Everything we do, everybody copies. Everything we do, everybody copies it. You putting on a dress, you don't think people are going to look at that and copy that? If you put on a dress, you don't think if you had a daughter, she'll look at that and be like, you know what, my mom's dressing different. Mommy, I want to wear a dress. Mommy, I want to cover up. That makes sense, right? So what do you think you must do? Why must you wear a dress? Because it's what? It's in the Bible. It's a commandment for our sisters to do. That's a commandment for the women to do, to dress modest.
That's right.
That's a commandment. You dating? You married? Or I know you're not married. Boyfriend? No? Okay. Do you think that's all right with God? Boyfriend, girlfriend, what you think about that? What about this? One night stands. That's a lot going on, right? Hookups. You think that's okay? Why not? You say, where can we find the law of marriage at? You don't know? Watch this. You're on point. I'm just seeing where you're at. Watch this.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
Guess what the Bible said? That marriage is honorable. Now, think about a woman. When a woman goes to get married, what is she wearing? Look at that. On a special occasion, the woman puts on a dress. But nowadays, they say women can just leave in shirts. And guess what? Women even just wear leggings nowadays. That's not modest apparel. But it said what?
Marriage is honorable in all. In the bed undefiled.
It says when you're married and you're seeing somebody else, That's when the bed's undefiled.
Right.
That's called commitment. That's one thing that we don't do. We don't commit. Our people break everything. We lie, we deceive, we lie. That's what we do. But it said that what?
Marriage is honorable in all,
Before God, marriage is honorable.
and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers,
So now, if those people are dating or hooking up outside of marriage, what are they called? Did you catch it? Read it.
but whoremongers
What's that? Whoremongers. Read.
and adulterers,
What's an adulterer?
Having sex without marriage?
Those people who are sexually active outside of commitment, outside of marriage. It says, but those people,
God will judge.
guess what? You're going to fall under the hands of God. Because he gave us the commandment a long time ago that we got to keep.
Right.
So now, for my sister right here, you learned what? What have you learned so far since being over here? We went through a couple things. What have you learned so far? Because we're just not out here talking. It's to change our people.
Pacific Avenue. Pacific Avenue. Walk sign is on the cross.
You're,
Sex with
get married. What did we cover? What's the first thing that we went over? You remember? Because it's going to be difficult for you to do that. You got to be in contact. My brother right here. Hey, how's it going, big bro? Right here with the Dallas shirt on. So it's going to, for you right here, my sis. For you, do you think it's going to be easy for you to do on your own? Are you going to need help? Do you think you're going to need other sisters to keep in contact with? What do you think? Be honest. Because you know to what? Not doing it on your own? Well, you need help so you can do it on your own. Guess what? I had that same thought that I can do it on my own. But when I read the Bible, I didn't understand simple things. So what did I have to do? I had to go reach out to somebody. I had to come together. I had to learn from other people, other men. That's what I had to do. Same thing for you, my sister. You got to come together and learn from righteous sisters.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word